Would you forgive your husband if he called you barren in front of everyone? My husband wanted a baby so badly. I got pregnant 3 times, but every time I lost the baby. Each miscarriage broke me in ways I can't describe. The doctors couldn't explain why it kept happening. They just called it unexplained pregnancy loss. I blamed myself, even though it wasn't my fault. Mark, my husband, said he understood, but I could see the disappointment and anger growing in him. After the 3rd miscarriage, Mark changed completely. He stopped touching me, stopped talking to me, stopped even looking at me. For 3 long months, he avoided me like I was invisible. I begged him to open up, but all I got were cold, empty stares. Then one night at a family dinner, he finally snapped. "Why can't you face it?" he shouted. "You're barren, Emily. You'll never be a mother." His words cut deeper than any knife. I stood there, frozen, trying to understand how the man who once promised to love me could be so cruel. Then he walked out and slammed the door behind him. Weeks went by. He barely came home. Then a mutual friend accidentally told me something that shattered me all over again. Mark was seeing someone from his gym. She was younger and pregnant. Then, out of nowhere, he called and asked to meet for dinner, saying he wanted to make things right. I foolishly hoped he wanted to fix things between us. But when I got there, I realized the truth. He was sitting at a big table, surrounded by friends, and next to him was that young woman, very pregnant. Mark stood up and proudly said, "We have some good news. We were expecting." His friends clapped and smiled. I felt my chest tighten, but I forced myself to stay calm. I smiled, reached into my purse, and said, "Congratulations, honey." Then I placed an envelope on the table in front of him. He frowned and opened it. Inside were photos, text messages, and documents from a private investigator I'd hired. They proved his pregnant girlfriend was already married, and the baby wasn't his. The whole restaurant went silent as he turned pale. His girlfriend's mouth dropped open. I stood up and said quietly, "Looks like you're not the father after all." Then I walked away, leaving him humiliated in front of everyone. Driving home that night, it was pouring rain. My hands were still shaking when I saw flashing lights ahead. A terrible car accident. I stopped and ran to help. Inside one of the cars was my old college professor. She was badly hurt. She grabbed my hand and pointed toward the back seat, where a tiny girl, maybe 2 years old, sat crying with small scratches on her forehead. My professor whispered weakly, "Please, take care of my daughter Lila. I don't have anyone else." Those were her last words. I promised her I would, even as tears streamed down my face. After the divorce, I kept my promise. I adopted Lila. She was only 2, but she changed everything. Our home is small, but it's filled with love and laughter now. Every time she calls me Mama, I remember that night, the night I lost everything and gained a little soul who gave me everything back. I once thought I could never be a mother. Now I know I was just waiting for the right child to find me.